What's up, guys? Joe here. Today, so I know what you're thinking. Why is it apart again? You had it running perfect last time. You'd be correct. So remember the valve cover issue there, the boss that broke off? Well, I remembered that it wasn't part of the head, it was part of the intake. And I was going to try to fix it in the car, and once I realized this and some issues I was having, because I wasn't even going to film this, I realized it'd probably be a lot easier just to take it out of the car and try to fix it the way I'm trying to fix it. Also, it's a good thing I did, because this one back here did the same thing, taking it off. So I guess the lesson in here is tighten anything like this that's aluminum by hand. I didn't think the that little power ratchet I had that much power, or this is just weak ass metal. It's aluminum, so it's understandable, but I guess, you know, some things are weak, made cheap. What's that, gas? Yeah, there's still gas coming out the fuel rails. That's safe. That is safe for how I plan to do this. Should probably block those off or something. Alright. So, what I have here, if you remember, that first one broke off 2 pieces. The other one broke off in 1. So I'm going to try to fuse that one back on there. If I can't get these two to go back together, I had them back together with the stuff I was using, and then I was going to try to add more to it. Because what I was using, now can I find it here, what to do with it. It's this Alumaweld stuff from Harbor Freight. I think other companies make something similar too. I even went out of my way to buy the MAP gas, which burns hotter. So I spent some money there just to do this repair. And if I can't make none of this work, because like I said, I had these two together, and I wanted to add a little bit more to make it stronger before I tried fusing this part to the intake, which at the time I was thinking head, but no. Yeah, you can kind of see where I beveled it and cleaned it up some and all that. If I can't get that to go on, I'll probably have to try to form it out of this stuff and shape it and re-drill it. I'm gonna try to put this one on. I probably had to prep it and clean it up a little bit too, but I mean, otherwise, my only other option is to try some JB weld, or I got the cheaper version from Harbor Freight. Try to use that, or find a whole nother intake manifold, which it's like anything else, won't be cheap. So that's what we're going to do on this one. Also, I may not get a video out this week because of taking time to do this when I could be up there finishing editing another video. So there'll be another break in content, most likely. Since nothing wants to go as planned, per usual around here. So yeah, let me clean up these areas and parts, and I'll show you what I'll do. Alright, I cleaned this side up some. Still gotta clean this piece up, but I match it up here. If I put it on here, I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna bevel the edges a little bit, but not enough to where this don't want to go together. I may bevel both sides, that way that stuff has something to flow into. Hopefully I can do it and it not want to come back apart if I do one side first. That was the problem I had on the other piece when I tried to add more to it. What I already put there came off and it separated again. So I'm gonna see what I can do here and try to make something happen. Otherwise, I'm just gonna use JB Weld or the Harbor Freight equivalent. So I'm gonna go bevel this, clean this up, bevel it, and bevel this some around here too. And I'll bring you back. Well, I was gonna film the prep there, but I forgot to push record, which I seem to do a lot. But I beveled both pieces, both areas. Got them clamped together there. So, and this is that stuff, if I can get it in the shot here, from Harbor Freight, the aluminum weld. Couldn't find the sticker there, but I ain't had a lot of luck with this stuff, but I heard if I use MAP gas, it works a lot better. And I can kind of see that, but working it is the trick. And getting it to stay after you've already put some on there. Because as you can see, I kind of got to do both sides and maybe go around this. Hopefully I'll get to keep that threaded hole. Let's see what I can do here. Because you got to kind of heat the that surface too some. Why? That's not how that's supposed to work. Take 10. No, I don't know. I'll let this cool down now. Time to put it back together. Alright, we'll try this again. I got safety specs on now. I don't know if the heat made that flow off like that or they just weren't tight enough. And I don't know if the C-clamp now. Hopefully that works better. Yeah, I don't know if this stuff's gonna work or not. Might be a gimmick. I prepped it like you're supposed to. That stuff does not stick. Maybe I just ain't got the skill to do it. Yeah, definitely shit ain't working. Must have been a fluke when I had it sticking that other piece together. Probably wasn't really all that tight. Well, I guess epoxy it is. Plan B. Alright, well, here's the stuff I'm going to use. Same thing as JB, I believe, so it was cheap. Shoot. We're gonna mix up some of this stuff and so use this old cardboard box here. Need this real quick. Oh, gotta pierce it too. Need this one. A little bit of that. A little bit of this. I do still have some quick set JB Weld, but I want this to kind of have time to set up and actually be good. I don't know how much am I supposed to put. Probably putting too much. Definitely. We'll use an old putty spreader to mix this together. This may not even be enough to do anything. Apply a little bit of this to this part. Guess you can see, I can't tell. So I applied that. Where you at? There you go. You might have seen it the whole time. So to make that stick, I'm also gonna shoot. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot. Shoot something alright. I'm also gonna apply it over here on the intake side. Got the hardener all over the freaking screwdriver and my fingers. Can't do nothing without making a mess. Maybe over here where you can see. Hold that there a little bit. Once that sets up some, I'll probably put a little bit more on there. That way it can get good and strong, and I can just kind of smooth it out after it dries. So once that's done, I'll come back and I'll put more on, like I said, and move on to the other side. Alright, it's a few hours later. Letting this set up real good. I think I'm gonna flip it over and get the other side this far. I already, off camera, I already took and hopefully it turned out okay. I went ahead and connected these two. I don't guess it moved on me. So at least I can get it on there. And then once they're both good and set up, I'll put more on the outside there. Let it dry and then I can blend it in. And then I'll a drill bit or something, or round file or something through the holes. So I do got a little bit of stuff gooshing through there. See if I can follow that down, at least flush with the threads, and then run a tap through it. So hopefully this works, because chance of me easily finding another intake is slim, though I probably know where one is unless somebody bought it already. And that's the car in the junkyard that I got the timing cover off of. But I've also been saving marketplace ads of cars that have the same engine, just old shit cars. But I don't know, I'm this far, why give up now? Once I get past the engine stage, you know, it's the other stuff that's easy to, well, easy, but figure out the windows and the, what else, all the window switches or whatever, and just little more fun things, you know? I mean, I wasn't planning on taking this long. Hell, I got it in November. It's June now. I've been working on this car for about 6 months. Going on 7. That wasn't part of the plan. Now, granted, I took a break in between there, but it's supposed to be a quick fix. So I don't know how many more of these kind of deals I'll pick up, especially if that's what I'm going to run into. If I do, it's going to be a car that's pretty common and parts ain't a pain in the rear to get or find. So anyhow, I'm going to flip that over and put the other one on there. Alright, I went ahead and did that off camera. Pretty much the same thing you saw on the other side. So once that cures on there, I'll come back and put some extra around the outside of both of them all the way around. And let that set up and clean it up, smooth it out, and hopefully it works. Well, like I said, I had to clean out the holes some and run a tap through them, but hopefully it works good enough. I may, when I put it on the outside, I may build it up a little more for strength, but hopefully that works. It's kind of stupid how this is designed. If these stupid things would work like I wanted it to, I would have just did that, but this time it didn't even want to stick. So, alright, I'll be back when I do the next step. I just got this strapped here to keep it from falling. It's kind of unstable at the moment without a strap on it. So, alright, see you then. Alright guys, I had a little time here to mess with this. I went ahead off camera and smeared some more of that stuff on there around the outside and everything there. I'm gonna leave it thick everywhere else, but the surface, the mating surface of the valve cover there, I'll sand that smooth. Same with this side. Hopefully this works good enough. But I'll sand that smooth and tap them holes and everything else. But that'll happen in a day or so. So I just thought I'd let you know what's up here. Hey guys, actually a couple days later. This is all set up good. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the top side of each of these areas I repaired, try to get it even with the top there enough. I'm gonna hit it with I think first I'll try 80 grit on a DA, try not to put a lot of pressure so it don't hurt the aluminum. So put that on my new DA here. I'll try out DA palm sander. Hopefully that works. So I'll probably hit it with this and then change over to 180, possibly. I don't know. Just finer grits. So I'll get set up to do that here and set y'all up. Bear, what do you think? You just chilling? You just want to play, right? All right, let me get set up. All right, so let's start doing this here. If the compressor start, well, I got it off right now. I'll do a little bit here, but I probably had to start it back up. So I'll probably change over to time lapse eventually. I said I'll try to hit with 80 first, the high, the really thick stuff, and then once it gets down closer, I'll reduce the grit. Yeah, she sands down there pretty quick. So I may be doing it by hand, I guess. Let me find some paper here. All right, got some other pieces of sandpaper here. The right thing to do is put it on a block or something, but I think we can handle this. The DA is probably overkill. I just didn't know this stuff would sand that easy. Hopefully it's durable enough to last this. Alright, I'm gonna reduce it down to 180. Oh, 320. This should work okay. I actually think that'll do there. What I may do, I may put a little bit of RTV when I put the valve cover back on. So I'm gonna do on the other side too, so I ain't gonna film that, but basically what I just showed you here, I'm doing on both sides, and I'll come back, clean out them holes, run a tap through them, see what happens. Alright, I went ahead and did this side. I might have took off a little more than I wanted, but she's flattened out. Should be good enough. Like I said, I'll probably put a little RTV around this area too, even though it's usually not necessary, but in this case it might be, just to prevent any leaks. And hopefully these threads will work good and it tightens down without snapping this off. I mean, I figure the worst thing can happen if it works, get on there down the road, it fall off and get in the motor and kill the motor, but I don't know. I think it might last. It's not like it's got a bunch of torque on it all the time. Just gonna hold down the valve cover. Just gotta hold it tight enough, so. We'll see. So I'm gonna get ready to figure out a way to clean these out and tap them. Alright, so got a 3/16 drill bit. Seems to be what works down in the holes here. I don't want the exact size, but just enough to hit this globs of JB weld. Cut on through here slowly. think that's got to go all the way through. Let me check this hole. Yeah, bolt's got to be able to go all the way through. Alright, there's that. And well, I gotta find a tap. Guess I should have found that ahead of time. So let me go find that. One that matches these threads, and I'll be back. Alright, so found a tap. Size, it's metric M6 1.0, so M6-1 or whatever. So we'll take it down through here. I'm gonna spray a little bit of WD-40 in here. So a little bit, not that much. And then I'll just slowly take it down through here, clean the threads. Run it on down through here. Hopefully this don't make it break off. It might be fine. When I put the valve covers back on, I'm going to do them by hand. So that should make a big difference too. Get some of that excess off there. Guess you can hear me. So, I don't know why I sprayed that WD-40 in there. There you go, that side's done. And I'll do the other side the same way. I either do it off camera or in time lapse, so I'm gonna get to it. And then after that, I'll put it on the car, and you won't see that because you've seen me put stuff on that car enough. I know it's boring. It's not something cool like some old muscle car or something. So, plus you guys gotta let me know what you want to see. Do you want to see me work on this boring stuff, or what? I mean, I'm just kind of doing this for, I won't lie, content. And yes, I got some cooler stuff here to work on that I'm getting to, and other stuff I ain't even started anything on yet, because I got a bigger picture plan for that. But hopefully sometime in the future, distant future, whatever, maybe we'll be fixing that up too. But anyway, I'm gonna get to setting up to the other side here. So that didn't work. As soon as it got any kind of tight, it just snapped off. Like I said, you can see I had it on there. Well, I'll tell by the way it is as they say. Still got our TV stuck to it. Yep, that one snapped off. The other one will do the same thing. I know it. So either SOL or I'm gonna revert back to the previous thing I did. Except I'm gonna do it different. Instead of trying to fuse this back on, I might be able to take this aluminum rod stuff here and just melt big globs of it on here that I can shape and form and then tap it. Maybe that'll work better. If that don't work, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably going back to the junkyard if this don't work. And hope that car is still there that I got the timing cover off of. I never thought that parts for a 90s GM car would be this hard to find. And then having to deal with shit like this. This shouldn't even happen. This is dumb. Like, I fixed all the major problems with the car. It ran, you all heard it. And then I gotta fix dumb shit like this. Sorry if I curse. Try not to do it so much. Try and keep it kind of family friendly, but I'm a little frustrated and I try to keep it real. This project, or whatever you want to call it, has taken way longer than it should have. For many reasons in my control, some out of my control, but last thing I need is dumb things like this screwing it up. And the only intakes I can find online is for the later 3 ones, or the 3100s. I don't know why they had to make them different. And they look totally different on top. So, I guess I'm gonna get to clean this up, do it off camera, and I guess I'll film me trying to do what I said. I don't know, I'm kind of at a loss, so if this don't work, I'll be pushing her out of the way again for a bit till I figure out what I'm doing with her. It really sucks. This exact kind of crap and the stuff you gotta go through to work on cars like these is why car culture is not as big as it used to be. People ain't into it. Because all the easy to work on cars are overpriced now. Nobody can afford them except for wealthy people or people who got money saved up. And then all you're left with that's in the price range that you like is things like this and other cheaply made vehicles. I mean, anything you can really be into as far as late models is Mustangs, Camaros, Challengers, and pickups. Pickups got popular, but anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. I'm gonna get to clean this up, so I'll be back. Well, I tried it off camera. That ain't gonna work. I don't even know why they sell this stuff, unless I just don't know how to use it. I put the heat to it. Once you do get it to melt, eventually it don't want to stick to the surface anyhow. I don't know. I mean, there might be better stuff out there. I don't know if a regular brazing rod would work or not. I could probably try that. So, I may try that. And if it works, I'll continue this video. But in the meantime, I guess Guess I'm just pushing it out of the way for now till I can figure it out. Come up with another intake. That is dumb how they're designed. So stupid. And otherwise, it'd be a good running car. I've been roadblock after roadblock with this thing. Hopefully one of these days we'll get easy projects going on here. In the at this point, for our future, at some point, I'd like to get on this thing. I'd like to restore that best I can before it gets too rough. Plus, I want to make it totally legit again so I can drive it. But anyway, so that's where we're at on this. What's up, guys? So it's sometime later here, probably about a month or so, honestly. And yeah, because after many attempts on fixing that intake, the mirrors, well, anyway, like I said, it's been a while. Changes have started. Still not finished there yet, and nothing else has really been getting done. But anyway, not even sure if this will make a video yet, but since we were last messing with this here, back on 4th of July weekend, I found some time to go to that junkyard that had that car that we got the timing cover from back in the winter, and it donated its intake for us. I obviously cleaned it up. I didn't show none of that. I was debating whether to even film any of this. Just been in a funk and busy doing other things, like I've been saying. So hopefully things here pick up in the fall and winter, especially now that it's cooling off. So yeah, I got that. Took all the stuff off the old one, switched over to that I know was known good. New regulator and the original injectors and all that. I did use the harness off for this intake because mine had some melted areas and some bad spots in it. But anyhow, like I said, I got a gasket. Trying to get back in the swing of things here. That's the old one still, so I gotta do what I gotta do to get that off there, and then once I get that changed over, I'll put that back on. And I'm gonna come back after it's all done, and we'll see if it still runs as good as it did before, and we can bolt the valve covers down tight. So I'll see you then. Oh, and I just grabbed everything extra too. I got a whole nother upper plenum and throttle body, and like I said, fuel rails. Figured I just might as well buy it all, since parts seem to be so damn hard to find for this car. Maybe I'll need them down the road, or somebody else will. Anyway, I'm gonna get to it. Well, back together. Going good. Gotta get some more coolant in it. I don't know if I'm losing it or what. But she runs. Yeah, so yeah, I went ahead and gussied up everything, made her pretty again for the hell of it. Well, almost everything, but so I guess that's it for this one. new used intakes on there, and valve covers are tight. I'll get some coolant for it. I don't know if there might be more videos on this later down the road, but I got other stuff to get on. So, like, share, subscribe, comment. Content probably be sporadic for a while. So, like I said, content will be hit and miss for a little while until I get some things filmed and edited. Finding time here, just been busy. Work and life. Just can't be doing stuff as much as I'd like to lately, but I'm not going to stop. But here's a fall and winter picking up, I guess. So, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching.